Hello everyone, Nugai here with the next episode of Dungeon Survival. Let's go to the city and let me show you where we've left from the previous episode. I have done some grinding, didn't progress, so we're cool with that. But we have indeed our level 3 paladin. In fact, I think this is the best time we rename our classes. Let's see. Let's name this guy Kingslayer, because that's already there. Her, his, I don't know, can't tell the gender. Its name, Kingslayer. Right, Kingslayer it is. Okay. This guy, his name is Gunther, I think. Hard Knock Gunther. So let's name him Gunther. Okay, it's not Kingslayer, it's Gunther. Right. Okay. What's your name? Phillips? I think so. Right. Phillips it is, but you look like a lady. Philona? Yeah, Philona. I don't know. What is your name? Well, what's within cut names? How can I tell the names? Let's call her just Maiden. Maiden. Right. And Rebellious Fighter Hans. Let's call him Hans. Hans bringt sie Flammenwerfer. Okay. Fireworks Master Phi. What's Phi? Right. Fyra? Fyra. Yeah, pretty much. Right. Yeah, we'll rename the other classes if need be, but let's not waste too much time. Let's name this guy something special, like George. Yep. George, you're gonna be one of our MVP in the future, very soon. Not right now. Let's jump right in. Okay, we had to go to Raf's Periphery Part 3. Now this is indeed a boss fight, so we gotta be a little bit careful. So Philona is level 6, but Hans is also level 6. I don't know. It's a tricky one. Let's go with Philona. We did build Philona's skills up and whatnot. I think we're gonna be okay. It is definitely gonna be a little bit trickier. Look, we just missed our attack. Our first attack just missed. This mob here is gonna shuffle us around. Oh, they used their turn to move to the front row, so I think that's a lucky thing. Right. So they're gonna attack our musketeer and the pally. Let's use the pally to heal the musketeer, and let's use the healer to heal the musketeer. Right now, this format is a little bit safer because you've got the pally as both healing and damage dealing part of the party, but you also, have to substitute the healer for damage dealing, because although, they're better at one-time heals, because, that's what they do, their damage output is trash, and they can't give that buff, which really is a major part of these Jesus, what happened to our party? Is a major part of this non-linear. I don't even know what I'm talking about. It's a major part of the later game, but not necessarily the Death Tower. The tower I talked about, which I got my rear handed to me. So that one, you need a a squad where you can actually poison and burst that poison. So we need to focus on improving our Plague Master, or whatever that class is called. Get an extra chance. Okay, so if I do that, you kill. You are not gonna kill. Wow. This is terrible. These monsters really bother the chicken out of me. I don't know what else to use. Right. So one of the other reasons why I genuinely don't think the priest is a structural part of a solid squad is because like I said, the healer can do instant heals. They're really good. They can remove debuffs, and they're also capable of removing buffs from the enemy. So if they like put themselves to do more damage, they have the capability to remove that. However, unfortunately, what we need is capability to not be shuffled around. Like, so the healer can do that, but their skill takes 7 turns to recharge, so we can't use it effectively. The Pally skin is instant. They can heal instantly. They can buff instantly every turn, and the buff stays for 2 turns. So it's pretty good. It's capable of being somewhat of a main healer position, and they're also good at dealing damage. So really, you don't wanna not have a pally in your party. If you don't have any pallies in your party, then what you want to do is try to find a proper healing role. So the Poison Master, the Plague, I forget their name. The Plague guy, the Plague Mask, they're good. They can heal, and they have, garbage basic damage. So, their attack doesn't do a lot of damage. However, that's the more important part, they are capable of healing like the healer, so instant healing, nothing like a buff. But they can stun, which is a huge thing, and they can also burst the poison they have, dealing hundreds of damage at low level comparison. Hundreds of damage. So yeah, they're actually good, and I'm thinking maybe further down the line, when we have not just good squad but also good equipment, legendary squad, good team, I think at that point we might be able to look into other combinations, such as wow, preparation is just epic. I love preparation. Right, let's see, do that, and see, minuscule damage, that's just pathetic. But at least they decided to move to the front row, which means I won't get shuffled. That's good. Moving on, this clown has a lot of HP, but also, yeah, I wanted to heal, try to see if I can heal, but didn't happen. Right, moving on. There's a lever here, so let's get that really quick. And an empty pouch. Was that a door? Let me check real quick. That's not a door. Exploration level 37. I don't know what it means by 37, because I don't have none of my classes at level 37, but yeah, sure. 37 it is. Now, I think maybe we should name our level 3 paladin something much more catchy. I just thought of a funny name, such as Paladin, like Aladdin, because that's funny. No specific reason for that. I just thought of it. So it's Paladin, Paladin. I also watched this YouTuber, I think Technology Connections was the channel's name, who recently posted a video about buttonless, push buttonless buttoned lamps. You know, those lamps where you touch the body and it lights. So I'm rambling. In his descriptive video, he was talking about one of the... Okay, so this is the boss. We ought to be careful. We can still, you know, talk about something else while we fight the boss, but... Sorry, have to move my chair. Right. One of the earlier adopters of that technology was called Aladdin lamps, funny enough. And the name kind of stayed in my mind because of that. But come to think of it, you know, it's a really bad idea to name your company about a really famous Disney movie. Also, yeah, that reminds me of the remake. That was a painful remake, to be honest. I genuinely think, I mean, maybe the movie itself wasn't all that bad, but, you know, the way I'm looking at remakes is really, it's all about improvements. So if you don't have anything to improve upon the original movie, original game, remaking the game really doesn't help. It just, you know, you just made it again, republicized something, and I don't think that really brings value to the movie. So I think, yeah, that movie might have been done a little bit differently, approached a little bit differently, and yeah, Disney's really releasing a lot of movies recently. Mulan, which would have been okay, but they did remove my favorite character, so I can't say I'm happy about it. And that little dragon. Yeah, I wasn't happy to hear that they removed the dragon. So, come on. What did the dragon do, man? What's the dragon's fault? I mean, what did he do? This guy makes endless clones of himself. Let's heal yourself. Right, let's do this. That did help a little bit. I'm glad at least the damage done by this clown, this jester, is at least, you know, 4 or 5 damage, maybe 13, not 100. But it gives bleed, which is not that good. Right, let's put that there. Let's yeah, there we go. Summon servant. Why'd you summon this guy? I mean, I'm glad it was that, not more clones of yourself, but right. Let's do this. Come on. That's lame. Right. Put the buff on a second person. And these dark humor traits really help with the healing. So there's another option where You can. It's a really tricky squad to make, but you can indeed create a party without a dedicated healer, but one where every single character has a dark humor. What's it called? Trait. So by default, there is some healing going on, and it's squad wise. So you know, it's not going to be one person healing one person. And the trick is, ooh, 90 damage. That's not necessarily cool, but right. The trick is, I think the negative trait, the persecution mania, is not triggered from. Oh no, this guy again. Is not triggered from the. Ooh, we defeated. What? No, that's not the end. Let's go further. Persecution mania is not triggered from the trait, the dark humor trait activation. So basically, all right, let's increase our damage. I'm kind of, it is taking just too long. 4 shufflers, 4 Galdern shufflers. Not 1, not 2, but 4. I mean, now there's 2, but right, move on. You do you. Let's see, heal up, and I guess you could use this. 4 shufflers. 4 shufflers. So I guess they can be in any spot. And now 3 shufflers and a clown. This is ridiculous. You get rid of that one, and you, for some reason, didn't disappear. Right, let's let's take care of the clown. I think we're better. Talking about, new and old, reminds me, recently, and I should underline, unfortunately, I was somehow introduced to this new Cardi B, Cardi B's new wireless access point song. I mean, I'm surprised she doesn't sing about wireless access points, but you do realize I know what it means. It means wet as a potato. But potatoes aren't wet either. I mean, they're slightly, wet-ish. Like, they're humid. They're not wet, but I wouldn't use a, potato. You realize I'm also joking about this one as well. But for the sake of decency, let's continue on referring to it as wet as a potato. So it got me thinking, all these new songs, how, people are praising their favorite artists, and okay, you might like, Cardi B, you might like, these artists, but I genuinely don't think it's appropriate to have these play on public radio. So you go to a, market, a supermarket, and your children here, there are doors in the house, and exactly, we're not talking about doors. Just, it's inappropriate. You can listen to, passing gas. Absolutely, your business. Genuinely don't give 2 ducks. However, when it comes to, this being in, public. Oh, I've already explored. I thought there was an area where I didn't explore, but I guess it wasn't. When it comes to the public, radio, people listening to radio in a supermarket or whatnot, it's just, I don't think it's acceptable. I don't think it's okay. And, you might come with the argument, yeah, but it's censored. Really, that makes it worse. So you are modifying a song such that it's okay for the public, but the original song is not made in that context, because it can't be. You can't be singing about wet as a potato. You can't be singing about wet potatoes to children. Children will ask at one point, "Yo, why is the potato wet?" And it's not. It's just not okay. So totally okay with people listening to that kind of stuff at their private place or in clubs. So even in clubs just clubs are clubs. People need to be at a certain age to enter a club. But a legendary alchemist. What do we have here? Let's get you. And let's see. It's a level 3. If I do I'll do something about it. Don't worry. What's this? Level 3, level 1. Is this good for anyone? If it is played in a club, a nightclub, a pub, places where adults are expected to go, no problem, absolutely no problem. Play it as loud, as loud as legal, but as much as you want. You can put it on constant repeat. I genuinely don't care. However, that can't be said about a supermarket or a mall. It's just not okay, because the kid's gonna hear it, and maybe they might find it catchy, and maybe they have access to internet, and they're gonna start searching for that song. Yeah, probably they're gonna find the censored. If you're unlucky, they might find the uncensored version of it. And so this is not just specifically for Cardi B's song. A majority of songs, the popular songs that are on radio, are quite profound. I think that's the right word for it. So definitely not one song specific, but generally there needs to be a filter on what's right and what's not for kids to listen, for public audience. So, there are many there are many acceptable genres out there, but you don't have to just go and listen to wireless access protocol because it's popular. It might be popular, but it's not okay to play it on public radio. That's my 2 cents. You might disagree. You are totally entitled to disagree. Absolutely no problem. You are, you're your own self. But there needs to be a line drawn, in my point of view. So that's my 2 cents. Right, I think we have dragged this episode a little too long, but honestly, that's about it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I genuinely appreciate it. Do hit that like button if you liked it. It helps a lot. Share with your friends if you think they're gonna watch this, enjoy it as much as you did. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see more of these videos. Hit that bell icon if you want to see them right off the bat. Otherwise, I will see you around. Cheers.